Okay, welcome and good morning. My name is Eloisa Rodriguez and this is my presentation about the curriculum map and lesson plan of Technology and Livelihood Education 9 about technical drafting. So we have here my curriculum map in Technology and Livelihood Education 9. For the content standard, the learners demonstrate an understanding of concepts and principles in drafting electrical layout and details. For the performance standards, the learner shall be able to draft structural layout and details following the job requirements. For the competencies, the learner shall be able to identify the different electrical symbols used in an electrical diagram. And for the intended learning outcome, at the end of the period or lesson, the students are expected to first demonstrate an understanding of concepts and principles in drafting electrical layout and details. Second is to define the different electrical and electric components. And lastly, to identify the different electrical symbols used in an electrical plan. For the subject matter, we have here the topic, drafting electrical and electronic layout and details. Subtopic is electrical symbols, and we have also the code. For the strategies and methods, teacher will prepare and present the discussion about first, electrical diagram and symbols. Second, electrical notes and specification. Third, general rules to observe in illumination planning. Teaching and learning activities. Teacher will provide a multiple choice activity to determine the student's learning. For the assessment, teacher will provide a identification assessment. Enrichment activity 1 is to identify the correct answer for each statement, and for the enrichment activity 2 is to identify the different electrical symbols used in a electrical plan. For instructional materials and resources, we have here the reference and the instructional materials like LMs, curriculum guide, laptop, PowerPoint presentation, quizzes, and Google Apps. And now let us move on to my lesson plan for the Technology and Livelihood Education 9. So for the lesson plan, we have here the date. The date is on May 25, 2021. So under that, we have the class observation number 2, the learning area, which is the technical drafting grade 9, and quarter 4, duration is 60 minutes. So for the content standard, performance standard, competencies, and intended learning outcome, I just copy it from the curriculum map. So it's the same. And for the content or subject matter, the topic is the drafting electrical and electronic layout and details. Subtopic is electrical symbols. So we have here the code for the strategies and methods. So in preparation, we have here the prayer. It's only intended for 5 minutes. The prayer, so teacher will ask one of the students to lead a short prayer, and virtual classroom management. So the teacher will ask the students to manage their place and prepare themselves before the lesson starts. For the motivation, we have here the brainstorming, and teacher will ask some question like to differentiate two photos, and a question, why do we need to gain knowledge about electrical diagram and different electrical symbols, and does this skill can be useful in technical drafting? So for the presentation, we only have 30 minutes for the discussion. Under the discussion, we're going to discuss about the electrical diagram and symbols. So under that, we're going to identify the meaning of graphic symbol, electrical symbols, output devices like lamps, heater, and motor. So we have here the different components and symbols of and features of electrical diagram. And we also have here the electrical symbols and electrical plan, electrical notes and specification. And we also have in the discussion the general rules to observe in illuminating planning. And for the teaching and learning activities, or for the generalization, we have the multiple choice intended for only 7 minutes using quizzes apps. So here I choose to use this red light and green light because it is very popular, and with that, students will choose between the red light and green light, and with this multiple choice, the teacher can identify if the students really learn and understand the topic or the symbols. And for the assessment, it is an identification, 15 minutes, using a Google Form apps. So for the enrichment activity 1, so students will identify the correct answer for each statement, and the answer should be in all capital letters. For the enrichment activity 2, so we have here the different electrical symbols, and the students will able to find out what kind of electrical symbols is this. So for the instructional or for the assignment, we have 3 minutes time for discussion about the assignment, and we have the instructional materials and resources like LM's curriculum guide, laptop, PowerPoint presentation, Quizzes Apps, and Google Form. So this is my presentation, and thank you.